What's going on, guys? Hope you all are doing well. We have the final war of season 29. So glad for season to be over with, but if you guys are only here for the Knull boss fight, there's a timestamp in the description. You can click that and it'll take you right to it. But otherwise, sit back, enjoy the ride. We're path 3 all the way up. First up, we have a Nihilist. This is just a 6-star rank 2, so really not much to be worried about. Kingpin, we're using Kingpin all war. The other guys on the team, they're just for synergies. Hood is going to give us 100% Rage Purify ability accuracy, and Mr. Sinister is going to allow us to power lock the opponent once they throw special attacks. I don't believe you're going to see the power lock come into play on this fight because a Nihilist is immune to power control while his rod is active, if I recall correctly. But yeah, this fight's super straightforward. If you guys see me excessively boosting, it's because I have a bunch of boosts in the overflow, and I have no other content to really use it on right now. I don't really boost for story content, although I probably should just to get through it faster. But yeah, I rarely boost for story content, so I'm just trying to use them all here. And yeah, I do make some errors in some of my fights, but Kingpin's kind of a beast, so there's really not much to worry about. One cool thing about Kingpin is the special 1 degen that reduces the opponent's attack by 50%, as well as reducing their defensive ability accuracy by 65%. So if you could get them, if you could get 2 up, you're basically really significantly reducing their attack as well as their defensive ability accuracy. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we have AW29.12 on Chitinous Thorns, Enhanced Bleed, a couple other nodes that don't really mean anything for this fight. You gotta be careful with this node because if you're not using a bleed immune who isn't shock or who isn't a robot, then you're fine. If you use a robot who's bleed immune, you get shocked. But we're using Kingpin here. He's not immune to any of it, but he's going to shrug it off immediately. One thing about Kingpin is he shrugs off a debuff every 0.5 seconds. So if I hit into her too quick, one of these bleeds could stick. And I realize that rhymed. I don't rap. That's why I'm only doing heavy attacks, because there's obviously way more than half a second between each heavy attack. So we're just gonna heavy spam her and, you know, just slow play it. There's really not much to worry about on this node with Kingpin because he doesn't really care about the Chitinous Thorns or Enhanced Bleed. He just actually turns the bleed debuffs into more damage with the Overpower buff. So yeah, he's such a beast, guys. I've had this guy at rank 3 for a while, and I've been wanting to take him into Alliance War, but never really thought never really saw a place where he'd work, if that makes sense. I mean, he works in a lot of spots, but it's never like, oh yeah, he was the best option here. With the Knull boss, I really think Kingpin is the best option. We'll get to that when we get to that. But next up, we've got Mordo on Explosive Personality, and I admit I play this fight like crap. It could have gone a lot better. You guys will see I popped another invuln boost trying to get him out of the overflow. So yeah, this fight, my goal was just to tank special 3s, get my damage in when I can, and then just eat a special 3 when he gets 3 bars of power. As you see here, he dashes back, I try to intercept, and I eat a 5-hit combo. So there goes my invuln. So now I actually have to care about what Mordo does. Not an issue, because Mordo's not the hardest defender, but I do make a couple mistakes, and we'll talk about them when we get to him. So the weird thing about this fight, normally you could just dash at Mordo and hit his block and try to heavy attack him while he's got that power gain, but you can't do that with Explosive Personality. Right there, I tried to go for a light intercept. I couldn't get one because he's super passive like all the time. This guy's also running Stand Your Ground, obviously, so when he resisted my heavy attack, gave him an armor up, so that's kind of annoying. I was really hoping the power drain from the Mr. Sinister synergy would be more useful here. I mean, it did prevent him from gaining even more power there, but I don't know, it didn't really line up the way I would have loved to see it, which is kind of annoying. But right there, I got lucky. He tried to throw a heavy attack at me. I was able to dash out and then dash back in. So the fight's going pretty smoothly. One thing with Kingpin that I really undervalue is that he's constantly healing if you're running willpower. Granted, the opponent can't be really running too many points in despair. You'll still be healing, but it won't be as much unless you have too much debuff. So right there, I parried, and he was stunned. You can't hit him while he's stunned because he'll evade. So I tried to use my special 1 to like time it, but he blocked it. It's not the end of the world. I'm just gonna tank the special 3. Only does like 10% of my health. This is a rank 2 Mordo, so that's partially why it didn't do so much damage. But yeah, I should have slowed my combo a little bit earlier in some other fights, but you know, you live and you learn. So right there we get a special 1 to finish in style, and you love to see it. Next up we've got Knull. I was super nervous for this fight, doing some Cavalier event quests to practice for this guy. And yeah, my buddy Astro and my battle group gave me the biggest pointer on fighting Knull that probably made this fight 10 times less stressful. If Knull throws a special 1, which you don't really want him to do, he's going to place an encroaching corruption on you. If you throw your special attack and allow encroaching corruption to expire while you have while your special animation's going on, like encroaching stun, you will not become corrupted. And I didn't know that until Astro told me. So Astro, you're a beast. Thank you for letting me know that. Really took a lot of the pressure off this fight, because reverse controls really give me a hard time. So the game plan here, I already told you guys a little bit of it, but we're just going to bait heavy attacks when we can, because obviously the boss noticed stun immune. And we're gonna bait special 2s as much as we can and force him to a special 2. We do not want this guy throwing special 1s. If he does, it's not the end of the world. We can just use our special attack to, you know, at the right time with the encroaching corruption. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about his special 1 at all this fight. I was able to push him to a special 2 every single time. And guys, I think Kingpin is the best option if you guys see a Knull boss. Although, once people realize how simple he is with Kingpin, I don't think he's gonna be placed here again. You could use Doom here if you wanted, because he's armor break immune. There's some other characters you could use. Doom wouldn't be the greatest because he's you know, his Doom cycle relies on being able to stun the opponent, but you could just do special 1, special 2, and then repeat that cycle. The boosts I used, you guys might be wondering why I threw a 200% boost on while I'm only using special 1s. That was in case I get pushed to my special 2. I wanted to be able to throw my special 2 and immediately get back to my special 1 just in case he threw a special 1 and put the encroaching corruption on me. But thankfully that didn't come into play. Again, I had a 200% skill boost in the overflow because you never really use those. So yeah, I got super lucky with this AI, I think. I think I did a pretty good job playing the AI, you know, blocking at certain times to get them to try to throw a heavy attack or not throw a special attack. But yeah, this fight went super smooth. I'm super happy with how it went. Super happy I was able to pull this out for the Alliance. You know, it's kind of a close war at this point, and being able to solo the boss is always cool. The special 2 is going to finish him off. And adios, Knull. So yeah, 4 fights done this war. You know, I always like taking more fights because, you know, obviously more fights is more fun for me. I mean, I don't know if everyone else feels the same way. Some people like being pre-fight guys. But yeah, I only took 3 fights because I knew I was going to take the boss and I needed this team. I don't think you need Sinister, so if I got rid of Sinister, it would have helped take other fights. But yeah, Sinister helped a lot. So at the time I'm recording this, I think we're up 4 defender kills. So it's a close war, but it's looking like we're gonna win, but I don't want to say we won because we haven't yet, so we'll see. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, consider hitting the like, consider subscribing if you're new. If you're already subbed, Bindu, I'm sorry I didn't say this in my last video. You know I love you guys if you're already subbed. So, you know, I will see you guys for the next video or stream. Have a good one, guys.